What if I told you the worst smelling monster in the monster manual is also one of the nastiest ambush predators in the game? Troglodytes might seem like your standard low-level cave-dwelling cannon fodder, but if that's how you're running them, you're missing out on just how vicious and tactically brilliant these stink lizards can be. Today on Monster Mechanics, we're diving into the filth-ridden tunnels of Troglodyte society, exploring how to turn these smelly savages into terrifying threats for any adventuring party, because let's be honest, it's not just the smell that's deadly. Troglodytes are pale, cave-dwelling monstrosities with the hunger of a pack of ghouls and the social skills of a sewer rat. They live in the darkest places, the underdark, abandoned mines, the forgotten roots of mountains, and they eat everything. Bones, bugs, people, doesn't matter. They're scavengers, sure, but also opportunistic hunters. Their favorite prey? Soft, surface-dwelling fleshwalkers who wander too close to cave mouths or under dark tunnels? That's your party. Now here's the cool part. Troglodytes can change their scale color to blend into stone, fungus, or shadow. They scale cavern walls like lizards, creep through narrow fissures, and wait in perfect stillness for the moment to strike. And that smell? It's not just bad hygiene, it's a tactical weapon. Their bodies pump out a miasma so foul it physically poisons other creatures. Smelling one is like huffing rotting meat through a used gym sock soaked in sulfur. And if you fail your save, you're poisoned and fighting at a disadvantage. Let's get into their stats and show why these guys are perfect low-level horror monsters. Troglodytes are CR 1/4, but they're punching above their weight. They've got 13 hit points, an AC of 11, and a decent 30-foot move speed. But here's the kicker. They also have a 30-foot climb speed. That means they can scale walls and ceilings with no problem. Their stealth is +4, and with that camouflage flavor baked into their lore, you can absolutely justify giving them advantage when lying in wait. I mean, they are ambush predators. Lean into it. Their strength and constitution are both 14, which gives them solid +2 bonuses in melee and defense. Not bad for a creature that's all about hit and run tactics. Then we've got dark vision 60 feet and sunlight sensitivity, which means don't put these guys in the open. They need to strike from darkness, caves, tunnels, or nighttime ambushes. Daylight ruins their edge. Let's talk about that smell. Stench is the signature move. At the start of every turn, any creature within 5 feet of a troglodyte has to make a DC 12 Constitution save or be poisoned until the start of its next turn. And if you're poisoned, you're swinging and spellcasting at disadvantage, which, combined with sunlight sensitivity, makes this a status-heavy monster that creates chaos around it. And they don't even have to hit you to mess you up. All they have to do is exist nearby. Their one attack is Rend, a slashing melee strike with +4 to hit and 1d6 +2 damage. But that damage adds up fast when you've got 2 or 3 trogs swarming a poison target who's missing their counterattacks. They don't have multi-attack anymore, but they don't need it. Their real power comes from terrain, positioning, and stacking that stench aura to turn even a simple brawl into a slow, gagging death spiral. Here's how you run troglodytes right. Stealth first, then overwhelm. You never start a fight with trogs standing in the open. They blend into walls, hang upside down from cave ceilings, or crouch in cracks. Have them strike when the party is distracted, wounded, or split. Strike from above, use their climb speed. On your battle map, mark vertical surfaces or ceilings with cling points. When combat starts, the rogue takes a step forward, and boom, a troglodyte drops down behind them and bites their leg. Poison stacking. You want at least 2 troglodytes in melee with 1 target. Every turn that target starts within 5 feet of both, 2 stench saves. 1 fail is enough to poison them. They'll be rolling with disadvantage while your trogs chip them apart. Retreat and reposition. If a trog takes heavy damage, have it run. These guys aren't dumb. They'll slither through narrow gaps the players can't follow, circle around, and wait to pounce again. Don't run trogs like goblins. They're not meant to trade blows out in the open. If you're lining them up in a corridor and saying they charge you, you're doing it wrong. They're ambushers, climbers, predators. Play them like horror movie monsters, always one step ahead, always just out of reach, always striking when it hurts most. First idea. The party enters a quieter than it should be village near a cave mouth. At night, livestock have been vanishing. Inside the barn, a trapdoor leads to a cave network where troglodytes have been sneaking up nightly to hunt. The whole town is a larder. Second, a sunken dwarven outpost buried under a fungus-choked mountain. The trogs have made it their home. Fungal spores dim light, and slick walls make movement tricky. Players slip, drop torches, and get dragged off into the dark. Third, a worship circle to an ancient reptilian god. Trogs cover themselves in pigment and blood, camouflaged in red cave murals. The party thinks it's alone, until the paintings move. Let's run the dwarven outpost encounter. The party of 4, barbarian, bard, ranger, cleric, descends into a partially collapsed shaft. The battle map is tight, winding tunnels with 10-foot ceilings. Trogs start clinging to the ceiling above choke points. The players move forward, torch in hand when the trogs drop down. Have 2 flank the bard and ranger, triggering stench on both. One fails and is poisoned. On turn 2, the ranger tries to retreat, but the trogs climb up the wall and around them, dropping down again. The players are boxed in. As torches fall and darkness creeps in, the cleric tries to cast light, only to miss, as the troglodyte's stench wrecks their concentration. The party realizes they're not fighting goblins, they're being hunted. Troglodytes are low CR monsters with high impact mechanics. Use their stealth and climb to ambush players from walls and ceilings. Their stench aura is a battlefield debuff engine. Stack it. Never fight fair. Strike from the dark, then disappear. That's how you run troglodytes like the stink-soaked nightmares they are. Forget cannon fodder. These things are stealth tanks for level 1 parties. If you liked this guide, smash that like button, drop a comment with your nastiest troglodyte encounter idea, and subscribe to Monster Mechanics for more monster tactics and DM deep dives.